Salut à tous, c'est Goldo. Bon, petit problème technique ce matin, c'est pas grave, on a 2 heures, on y va. On va pas finir FF en 2 heures, je crois pas. Hein. C'est parti. Alors là, il y avait plein de trucs, je crois, je m'étais arrêté. Ouais, il y a plein de trucs, des nouvelles armes et armures. Alors, on va prendre la mission là, récupérer les objets ici, c'est parti. Ah non, lui, il file les missions. Comptoir des quêtes. Passation de pouvoir, chapitre 1er. Non, on n'y va pas tout de suite.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Boris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
C'est chaud. Oui, on va faire ça,
t'inquiète. Didn't think he would.
Does Blackthorn?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well, I can't...
Ok, ça c'est bon. On va aller en face, mais c'est rien, juste parce que...
What will it be today?
Salut Viviane, tu ne me sers à rien. Là il y a une autre mission, là il y a encore une mission dans la boîte aux lettres. Putain, on a 3 missions et la 4e ici. Qu'est-ce qu'il vaut mieux faire? On va passer par là, parce que je suis curieux d'aller voir les nouveaux matos.
Covered in nicks and lumps. Come back.
Don't tell me we've run out of papillonas and all.
Yeah. The weight of all that shit.
C'est vraiment impressionnant que c'est aussi délicat. Je peux la remercier grâce à ces jours. Hop, ok.
What's that for, India?
Verglaçante. Ah bah tiens, paf. Salut Silly. Eh ben écoute, elle est mieux que ce que j'avais.
It last you a good while.
Bah oui, on va l'équiper, bien sûr. Bon, ça pour le reste, je pense pas, voilà. Est-ce que je peux la renforcer? Bracelet coronaire, je peux le renforcer. Est-ce que j'ai envie? C'est ce que j'ai équipé ou pas? Je sais pas. Non mais non, c'est pas... Même monté, il est moins bien que ce que j'ai. Non merci. Ouais, elle est chouette, l'épée de Shiva. Plutôt classe. Ok, bah je suis content d'être venu là. Alors, bah maintenant on fait le tour. Ah putain, j'étais à côté. Sid, merci de nous aider à retrouver les ingrédients dont nous avons besoin pour nos remèdes. Je suis heureuse que cela ait permis à mon maître d'être libéré de ses souffrances. Cela m'attriste évidemment, mais les soignants sont eux aussi impuissants face à certaines situations. Nous ne pouvons pas sauver tout le monde et quand l'heure de certains patients a sonné, il n'y a rien que nous puissions faire. Les vies des habitants du repère ainsi que la tienne sont précieuses. Il est impératif que nous prenions soin de nous. Je compte évidemment faire mon possible en tant que médecin pour que tout le monde se porte au mieux. Mais je reste consciente que cela vaut également pour toi. Quoi qu'il en soit, peu importe ce qu'il peut se passer lors de tes sorties, reviens-nous, nous t'attendons au repère. Ok. Cher Sid, Doris, notre capitaine, a l'air préoccupée ces derniers temps. Hier, je regardais Kayane jouer à Mortal Kombat 1 et le mode histoire est dingue, tellement beau pour un jeu de combat. Ah, cool. Bah écoute, ouais. Moi j'ai vu, je suis pas fan de Mortal Kombat en fait. J'ai vu les vidéos, notamment avec JCVD dedans, et ouais, ça a l'air fun. Le problème c'est que c'est un jeu de combat quoi. J'ai envie de te dire, malheureusement, moi les jeux de combat seuls ça m'intéresse pas. Donc je suis plus vraiment la cible pour ce genre de jeu. C'est la vie. On sera encore au collège, je te dirais, mais oui, ça a l'air trop bien, on va s'éclater là-dessus. Elle est pensive et semble mener des investigations de son côté. Je ne sais pas ce qui se passe, mais je me disais que vous pourriez peut-être aller la voir pour parler de tout cela avec elle. Si quelque chose la tourmente, j'aimerais faire ce qui est en mon pouvoir pour l'aider. Je pense qu'elle sera plus réceptive si la démarche vient de vous. Mais oui, on va l'accepter, cette mission.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
Ils avaient fait un peu ça pour le précédent déjà, je crois. Mais c'est cool, ouais. De toute façon, les équipes qui font Mortal Kombat, j'ai oublié comment elles s'appellent, ils font vraiment tout leur possible pour rendre le jeu le plus attractif possible. Hein. C'est un peu le cas dans Tekken aussi ces dernières années. Ils ont essayé avec Street Fighter, mais je trouve que ça marche moins bien. Ou en tout cas, moi, ça me parle moins. Après, j'ai pas joué, enfin, j'ai pas essayé le 6, hein, donc.
How was she? The Enterprise. Ah, Sid.
Je voulais justement te demander un service. Allez.
You need more bomber.
Oh no. I'm working on bringing another one of the chiefs. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators.
Bah, tu vois, mais je pense que c'est ceux qui ont le mieux réussi.
Let's just say it gets very blimmin'
C'est les mêmes
hot.
équipes qui faisaient
Heck a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for
Injustice,
certain. Only
je
mithril
crois.
engines get
Une sorte de
hotter.
Mortal Kombat
You
avec
can't chuck more
les
than one of
personnages
them
de
and get
DC.
metal out the other end.
Et c'était pareil,
Trouble
le
is, we
scénario,
won't be
on
able
aurait
to
dit un
make out
film,
of any old
c'est plutôt
rubbish
cool,
neither.
j'ai bien aimé.
We need the
Ça, je l'ai fait
good
du coup,
stuff.
pas le 1.
And I hear
Non, j'ai fait un peu le 2
you
aussi.
once helped Helena
Ouais, je sais
get
plus
her
si j'ai fait
hands
le
on
2.
exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
Les pauvres.
If it's for the good of the
En tant
hideaway,
que
I'd
fan
be
de
happy
Tekken,
to.
ça fait chier. Enfin,
So,
ex-fan de Tekken.
what exactly?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes. we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics do, and what's more,
Oh, c'est cool.
they're directional. Transferring heat from the... We've collected as
Ah,
many as
ça
we
serait
can.
trop bien en armes,
And
ça.
I know where we can...
So you want me to
Bon,
visit some
blabla.
ruins?
That's it.
Ok,
At
voilà,
least
comme
there's one
d'habitude,
up
c'est
and
des
another.
monstres à battre,
All right,
quoi.
we'll do.
Allez, super.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Bon, alors. Pourquoi je monte là? Ah tiens, ça fait longtemps que je suis pas monté, remarque. Allez, on va y faire un tour pour voir s'il y a quelque chose de nouveau là-haut.
According to this, Barnabas Thumb
Non.
is called the last king.
C'est les écuries.
So she don't need sails.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually.
When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
Merde! J'ai l'impression que j'ai pris un truc qu'il fallait pas là. Ah non, c'est bon. Allez, on va chercher Doris puisqu'on y est. Ah non, attends. Carte de la zone. Ouais, ok, c'est bon là. Alors, papa, désolé, j'ai le message en même temps, mais c'est pas grave. Allez.
How do?
How do? How do? Ah ouais, mais oui, on venait de récupérer Shiva, mais en même temps, je suis con, évidemment, je porte l'épée, quoi. Le 2. Retrouver Doris à l'auberge de Martha. Ok. Ah bah non, c'est là. Ok. Mais je sais plus à quoi elle ressemble, moi, Doris.
It doesn't still hurt, does it? The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits, but give them a little wine.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Bam, bam. On est à côté de l'auberge, on va y aller, hein? Non, c'est en bas.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, Well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of a Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
All right.
Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for...
Oh là là. La passion, mon gars, la passion.
Not the better that than something that'll wither away at first. And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of it. Ain't exactly succulent.
I'll take your word.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he... I'll go up there and show...
I'm sure you will.
Désolé, je passe un peu vite, mais on s'en fout. Ok, ça c'est fait. Alors, maintenant. Donc on a 3 missions. Il y en a une qui est juste à côté du TP, on va la faire, hein, puisque c'est juste à côté. Et ensuite, il faudra aller là pour aller sur les autres. Ok. Des bobines de soie d'acier, je suis tellement content.
Ah, what brings you to eat? A delivery from Martha.
Tiens, voilà des graines. Tu vas pouvoir nourrir tes chocobos.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron string. I jest, of course. You see, I had, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time.
Bon, j'ai rien dit, c'était intéressant cette partie.
Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Bon, ça finit comme d'habitude, mais c'était intéressant.
The Horde.
A Akashic, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements...
Oui, c'est moi les renforts. C'est parti, mon gars.
We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. They may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you?
Le mythe de la grotte.
Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
Non, mais ils sont brisés là. Ah là là.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Ah bah, c'est bien. On a un renfort de 10 gars.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Baston. Ah bah non.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory?
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall.
Pour la liberté!
Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
Ça manque de kilt, cette scène.
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
Then I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm.
Ah, on va pouvoir essayer la nouvelle épée là. C'est ça le calm before le storm, le calm before the storm.
Not let this village fall.
Gros, mais les gars, on va se calmer là. Oh, putain, je suis nul là. Putain, je suis pas chaud quoi. D'où il m'a touché, j'étais en plein combo. Mais sérieux là? Allez. Ça va les occuper ça. Ouais, Chocobo éthérique, j'allais dire hérétique. En même temps, il cherche. Ok.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted
Oh
on
la
Rhiannon's right and is headed in
la.
their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No.
Non, ils vont rester ici, je vais y aller tout seul. En même temps, mon gars, je vais faire Ultima, quoi. Donc c'est pas un curl, aussi éthérique qu'il soit. Même si c'est des saletés, les curls dans le jeu, quoi. Bah, je croyais que c'était là. Ok.
This is no time to ride.
Si c'est pas le time to ride, je sais pas quand c'est le time to ride, gars. Sans vouloir te...
Next one's mine.
Ah ouais, putain, tu m'étonnes. Et tu vois, c'est marrant parce que ce matin, j'ai rien dit là-dessus, et c'est toi qui le dis, quoi. Alors que les 2 autres sessions que j'ai fait là depuis la reprise, j'en pouvais plus, quoi. Oh, la traduction, la traduction, c'est une catastrophe, quand même. C'est clair qu'elle a... Mais bon, c'est la traduction de l'anglais au japonais, hein. Puisque le français est basé sur la trad jap, ce qui est une connerie pour moi, mais vraiment une connerie, ça. Oh, je suis le cœur, le méchant cœur. Mais viens. Oh merde, il m'a touché, ça m'étonne. Aouh. Pam, 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 pam. Ah ouais, voilà, c'est vrai, on est fort. Elle fait sa gueule, sa vie, quand même.
You're finished. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Ça, c'est fait.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends.
Sans blessure.
Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do.
Cette mission est sponsorisée par le ministre des Affaires étrangères ukrainien.
You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Ouais, ok. Pour une fois, cette mission annexe était sympa. En tout cas, il se passait un truc. Non, c'est vrai qu'il y en a quelques-unes des comme ça dans le jeu. On va quand même pas être mauvaise longue, quoi.
The hero returns. Lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Ah, super, tu viens de dire que c'était right. Maintenant, tu nous fais sous-entendre que tu peux changer
back on its feet
d'avis.
again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Ah waouh, on a gagné ça pour mettre dans la collection. Ben... ouais, de toute façon, il n'y a pas de... Il n'y a pas de bon chemin là. Prendre à gauche en sortant. Putain, heureusement qu'il y a une map dans ce jeu. Mais ils sont résistants. Bon, je pense que maintenant je peux appeler le Chocobo. Mais il est où?
Let's go.
Ambrosia. J'avais oublié le nom du Chocobo. Je m'en serais voulu de passer à côté de Sangui là.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Ah. Tiens, ton bouclier quoi. Attends, ça veut dire qu'il y a un deuxième magicien? Allez. Retourne dans le truc toi. Je trouve que ça fait mal. Ah mais non. Ah bah ouais, mais j'ai voulu me téléporter. Allez vas-y, tape-moi. Allez, tape-moi qu'on en finisse là. Allez encore. Vas-y. Ah bah 2. Allez, c'est parti. C'est marrant.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be.
LOL.
I surrender. Do with me as you wish.
Bah,
Sid
te tuer, en fait.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything.
Ok, donc tu la laisses libre, quoi. Ok.
Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Oh putain, ils m'ont carrément viré là, quoi. Laissez-moi au moins finir ce que j'ai à faire.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek.
Ah bah
Went
voilà.
quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Ok, ok. Donc ça doit être des remerciements. Oh là là, mais c'est quoi tout ça, là? Oh là là, mais c'est quoi tout ça? Non, mais ils ont décidé de me faire perdre du temps avant la fin du jeu, c'est pas possible. Bon, on va aller là. Ah merde, c'est pas un sauvegarde ça. Oh mais relou. Ok. Eh bon, on va aller là. Hein. Petite pause, je reviens. C'est parti. Pourquoi je suis sorti Ok. Pourquoi je suis sorti? J'ai dû appuyer sur le bouton sans faire gaffe.
Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight.
Non, mais on s'en fout. Laissez-moi tranquille. Oh, c'est qui, lui?
You deserve a rest.
Bon, on va faire un combat alors. Ah, ils sont partis.
The people of Amber might not have been the friendliest sorts. They didn't deserve this. Not that the ether cares. It springs up wherever it likes. Nowadays that seems to be all over. Mind how you go, Sid. There's a Kashik about.
Ready, go? Yeah! Damn it. The whole village is turned. I can walk from here.
Ah, ok. Ah ouais, les pauvres. Ah, là, c'est tout le village qui est passé, quoi. Le village et les habitants. C'est bon? Ok. Cassez-vous les beaux bombes.
Be safe.
Ça va prendre vie, ça, non? Bah, bien sûr.
I need to deal with these ones first.
Pam, pam. Oh! Wow! Ah ouais, c'est un pur con ce que j'ai fait là. Oh! 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 Oh là là! Ah, et ça me touche quand même à la fin, mais je rêve. Mais j'avais appuyé. C'est pas grave, on va vider la jauge, hein, tant pis. L'autre petite merde, j'ai même pas eu le temps de la voir. Hein. Je m'en suis pas occupé, quoi. C'est un dommage collatéral. On va mourir là. Voilà.
How to find this spherical echo? This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Alors, ça, c'est fait. Il faut chercher partout, et je comprends pas. À retrouver Auguste à Davos. Mais en fait, tout ça, c'est des missions. Oh, mais ils ont collé des missions annexes partout. Ok. Allez, trouver les artefacts sphériques. On va commencer par ça. Carte de la zone. Bon, bah, c'est juste là.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
Ah non, c'est 1, pas 2. Merde. c'est là. Ouais, ce thème est vraiment cool, hein.
Don't get surrounded.
Allez, va avec tes copains, toi. Oh, le con.
Two down, one to go.
Alors, au bris de l'avènement. Ça, c'est à Davos, c'est pas ce que je veux. Ça, c'est une mission à récupérer. C'est là. Pin, pin, pin. Ok, il faut qu'on aille à Francasser.
Ready, go? Faster!
Ouais, j'ai pas pris la bonne route. Ah! Putain, c'est là où je suis allé la dernière fois, là. C'était la zone que j'avais jamais fait avant. Putain, comme quoi, j'avais pas besoin de la faire en avance. Bonjour! Il y en a un, c'est un magicien. Ah! Le bouclier est passé! Mais pourquoi je me fais toucher là? Bon, on va d'abord buter ça. C'est lui le magicien. Voilà!
That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now.
Impeccable. Voilà. Il y a une mission là. Donner les artefacts sphériques à Owain. Se rendre à l'infirmerie. Non, ça c'est la mission principale. Retrouver Auguste à Davos. On va faire ça. Je fais cette première liste de missions et ensuite on ira en chercher d'autres parce que sinon je vais m'éparpiller.
you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
I never thought I'd have to.
C'est qui Auguste? C'était le chef du village, je crois, le pote, enfin le rival de 1-1. Ah putain, d'accord, ok, donc c'est dans cette zone-là. Ah bah voilà, c'était pas très compliqué.
Clive!
Ah bah non, c'était pas lui Auguste.
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old
Non,
Snotty to
faut
be
tuer
ready
des
to
monstres.
seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Comment il a su?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best friend, didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, Clive.
J'avais deviné ça.
Short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Et alors? Une fois prêt? Mais je suis prêt, gars. Let's go. Allez.
You,
Mais oui, allez, envoie là.
We can't afford.
Right you are.
Allez, c'est
Don't want any
parti.
nasty surprise. Oh, and
Akashic on the move. Within sight of the walls.
Non, il est mine. Allez, blabla, on y va.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, or no heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise. Take good care of Dravost.
Leave it to me. And
Tiens, c'est un scénar que j'ai jamais vu ça. On y va encore tout seul pendant que les autres protègent le village. C'est pas ce qu'on vient de faire sur la mission précédente. Enfin, tu me déranges pas outre mesure, non, mais c'est juste que ça sert à rien ces missions en fait. Allez, vas-y, viens me taper là. Allez. On va se débarrasser des merdes, le temps que ça monte, ça. Voilà, allez, il reste plus que lui et nous. Je fais ça, mais en fait, je le fais beaucoup trop tôt. C'est pas grave. Ouais. Et en même temps, de toute façon, qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'il fasse? Parce que de toute façon, tu joues pas les autres personnages, donc que tu sois seul ou pas, ça change finalement pas grand-chose. Ah, je me suis gouré de boutons, mais non, mais non, mais non. Merde, je m'égoure entre le vert et le vert. Allez, venez me taper là. Allez, venez me taper. Allez, on me tape. Voilà, et de 1. Oh oui, 2, parfait. C'est parti. Merci. C'est tout? Ok. Allez, taureau. Oh merde, putain. Allez, viens me taper là. Mais pourquoi j'ai pas le truc qui apparaît là? Ah bah voilà. Encore. Ouais, c'est bon. Oh mon dieu. Je vais faire ça, je vais me garder l'autre au cas où il y aurait une fuite. Non. Ah, il y en a encore un, non? Ah, bah voilà. Alors lui, il est pas éthérique par contre. J'en ai marre de me battre contre des chimères. Olé. Ta-ta-da-da. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Toro, toro. Allez. Bon, je suis à 2 déjà. C'est parti. Oh! Woohoo! Non merde, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. Ah, c'est pas vrai. Ah ouais, là c'était compliqué à esquiver ça. Les combats commencent à être un peu plus chauds, je trouve. Parce que là, tu commences à faire des trucs qu'on peut pas esquiver. Pas du tout ce que je voulais faire. Bon, c'est fait.
Oh, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
As
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when for
Putain,
me,
la traduction, elle est catastrophique. Et pire que
you leaving
d'habitude, je
gave
trouve,
me
là.
the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravozd isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day, because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravozd what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The master smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Ah, quelque chose de bien, j'espère. Ok.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift.
Ah, quelque chose de bien, j'espère.
Sword have been passed down from chief to chief
Ah.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to hone an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan
Ouais,
came back
ça vend pas du
behind
rêve,
me,
dit comme ça.
He's more than welcome.
D'autant plus que ça va être l'arme légendaire jusqu'à ce qu'on batte Ultima et qu'on puisse forger une arme à partir du pouvoir d'Ultima, quoi. Comme d'habitude dans ce jeu, en fait. Parler à Blackthorn au repère. Bah oui, bah ça on va le faire, hein, parce que bon, moi la dernière arme du jeu avant la fin, je la veux bien. Hein. Quelle heure il est? Midi. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Alors là, il y a des missions, mais en veux-tu en voilà, quoi. Alors, on va retourner au repère pour voir si on peut valider 2-3 trucs. Et après, on va faire les missions. Ah oui, il y en a un là. Et un, bon, on va déjà commencer par la forge. C'est toujours ce qu'il y a de plus important, la forge. Oh, il est carrément venu jusqu'ici, lui.
We were just about to make a start on that sword.
It's funny.
Allez, allez.
But no.
Franchement, si on a tous les ingrédients, ça m'étonnerait, quoi.
We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll... And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues in...
A team effort, led by...
Now, save that talk to... Right.
Ouais, c'est parti. Gataille. Alors One moment later.
Well, bugger me. We actually...
Ah bah c'était pas si dur en fait, hein. Ah ouais, pas mal. Pas mal, pas mal. Salut.
Quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats.
Ah, bon, on peut l'améliorer.
More than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
L'épée au-delà de la légende. Bah voilà, la dernière arme du jeu que tu peux pas avoir avant d'avoir fini le jeu.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Là, ça va les coups de la faire, celle-là. J'espère qu'elle est bien. T'imagines, elle est moins bien que l'autre, quoi. Elle est un peu mieux. 325, je crois. L'autre, elle est à 300. Plan Gotterdammerung. Ok. Bah quoi? Ah, renforcé. Ça on s'en fout. D'accord. Bah, et la Gotterdam heureux alors?
Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't.
C'est tout?
See that sword of yours stays oiled.
Et voilà, elle est un peu mieux. Ok, plutôt classe.
No need to thank me for the sword. I'm happy just to be here. You've built a fine home for yourselves, and I can see why Blackthorn's so taken with it. Look after the old bastard for me, will you? I'll be off soon, but next time you're in Dalmacia, be sure to pay me a visit. Snotty will let you in.
Do you reckon we finally got to the bottom of Blackthorn's troubles then? That'd be something, eh? Now, he wouldn't be Blackthorn if he didn't give us the odd scale.
Ok. On va donner les sphères. Elle apparaît même pas, la liste des ingrédients. Je suis...
Canva lost? It can't be true.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today? How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, sir.
Good, thankfully.
Ah, that's brilliant! I'll fit her to the smelter right...
Il en fait du bruit. One moment later.
I present to you the Telemon Furnace. Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your...
It's fine, really.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements.
You could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we need. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also...
stretchy metal.
That is the spirit. You'll love it.
Voilà, on peut prendre plus d'objets avec nous, super. J'aurais pas craché sur une nouvelle armure, mais bon. Un nouveau skin, peut-être.
So?
Thank you, Owain.
Shh. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Can't think of any right now, but... that's maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the adventure.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Cool. Ah, ben voilà, la besace est pleine. Ok, c'est cool. Ça, on s'en fout. Ça, on s'en fout. Ça, on s'en fout. Ça, on s'en fout. Lui, je sais pas, par contre. C'est pas grave. On a 10 minutes. Qu'est-ce qu'on va se faire vite fait? On va éventuellement essayer de choper les missions. Il y en a 4. On va faire les 3 du bas. Non, carte de la zone. Ouais.
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way... Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill?
Ok, c'est...
How could I
Ça c'est bon.
Victor, I have him stationed by the desert gate. I'll go and speak with...
What's the difference between a lord and
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
Ah, c'est clair.
Dalamil, Victor.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about there are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps.
All right.
There's one upriver. Just out there, across...
Leave it with me. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
Ah, zut. Ah, allez, venez. Bon, on me tape ou pas? Oh, ça monte tout seul, sans déconner, quoi. Ne me tapez pas, ça va monter tout seul, les gars. Voilà. Alors, mais l'heure de la vie, je l'aurais pas enlevé encore. Allez. Bah alors, pourquoi vous êtes pas dans l'eau, les gars? Bon, il faut quand même que je m'assure qu'ils soient morts, les magiciens. Ouais, c'est bon.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you?
Ici.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but That's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave. Fuck. I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
Parce que c'est pas un bearer, Clive. Non. Oui, oui, il a une cicatrice sur la joue, mais... Non, non, c'est pas un bearer. C'est un peu comme Superman et les
Now
lunettes.
everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right.
J'aime bien cette partie-là.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all I can ask of you.
Et c'est ici que je m'arrête pour ce matin. J'espère, je prévois, j'envisage de revenir cet après-midi. Mais tout n'est pas toujours facile. Et tout ne se passe pas comme je le prévois. Mais je vais essayer. Alors peut-être à cet après-midi. Ou, sinon la prochaine fois. Merci d'avoir suivi ce stream. À plus. Ciao.